Do you know what today is? This is the slowed down version. Child, we 100 episodes into this thing. I wish you would act like you knew what was happening when you logged on to the log on. Let me tell you something. The delegation has been we go together. 100 episodes mean that we go together. This is your girl SJR, and you are listening to the Woman Evolve podcast. And I am not here by myself. I am being joined with the delegation, and today is kind of special because we're celebrating 100 episodes of the Woman Evolve podcast. Come on, somebody. Joining me today are my co-hosts from all over the world. I see Taylor Thompson from Little Rock, Arkansas. I see Katoya from Monroe. LaShawna Moore says, congrats, SJR and Woman Evolve. This is not just my celebration. This is the delegation celebration. We have been on here for 100 episodes, going through the highways and the byways, the highs and the lows of 2018, 2019, and now into 2020. And let me tell you something, the podcast is like a full-on thing, okay? Like, the sisterhood is real, the laughs are real, the tears have been real, and I just want to thank you guys for allowing me to have this crazy idea where I believe that we could come together and talk all things pop culture and life and leave with some inspiration, and that we would be better and more seen as a result of it. So I love you all. I'm so excited. 100 episodes and probably like what? 3,000 to go. And guess what? 100 episodes and I've never been on here right at 2 o'clock. Wow. For the next 100 episodes, my goal is to not have as many technical issues, to be as on time as possible. I would like to start this podcast right at 1:55 is when I would like to start this podcast, not 2 Pacific Standard Time. But you know what? Let's see what God does in these next 100 episodes. Belinda says, happy 100th episode from West Palm Beach, Florida. Joelle says, hey, Joelle from Charlotte, thank you for letting us know where you're tuning in from. Sarah McKinney says, virtual hug, sis. Jennifer says, I love you, a queen. Let me tell you something. Of the 100 episodes, I have had a few special guests. Like, I've had mostly family members because I've been doing this. I've been doing this at home more than I have been doing it from somewhere fancy. And that's real life right there, okay? That's, McKee said, child, I thought we were canceled today. Why we canceled? Say more. Yeah, so Sherelle Stanley said, no audio problems today. Do you see how we just logged right onto this thing? We didn't want to brag about it, but we did just hit go and was go, and the audio and everybody is here. This, God is turning the thing around in 2020, okay? So, yeah, so I've been doing this from home. So I don't even know what I was talking about before I said, oh yeah. Okay, so for the 100 episodes, out of the 100 episodes, I probably did 1 full season at the office. Everything else was me doing it from home, in my closet, at a home office, in this family room that I'm in now. And, you know, I've had some special guests because I've been doing it at home. Sometimes you all were babysitters, didn't even know it. Look at God, how he uses you. Thought you were a co-host, also were a babysitter because Mackenzie stayed the summer during the podcast. One time we had her. I had my son Malachi. I had Dr. Anita. I had my husband. But there is a fan favorite co-host. For reasons I struggle to fully understand, I think it's because you all like to cut up and you guys don't like boxes. But I would like to welcome my sister onto today's podcast to celebrate this 100th anniversary, okay? Because when Cora is in the room, we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. Cora, I can't hear you, but I can see you and you look blessed. Cora, Mariah said, Big said that they are happy to see Cora. I wonder why I can't hear Cora. Turn your mic on. Make sure your mic is on. That little button that it is on, the little button down in the bottom left, it's on. Can y'all hear Cora? If the delegation can hear Cora. Sarah said we spoke to, and we showed you, but God is faithful. For this 100, I said for the next 100. This last 100 is gonna have technical issues because we're leaving this 100, and when we leave this 100, it's gonna be fine. Where say ye, delegation?
Can you hear me now?
There she is. What was you doing?
I had you on my AirPods. They told me to put you on my AirPods.
All right. Well, I can hear you. Cora, 100 episodes.
Girl, you are fancy. You know, I ain't even got to 100 on my podcast.
You don't even do your podcast as frequently as you need to.
No, I just come when I feel like it, when the Lord leads me to do so.
Really?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, Cora, can you speak some words over the delegation for this 100 episodes?
Delegation, what is up? We are out here being fantastic. Somebody said no sound for Cora.
The
blood of Jesus. Listen. The person that can hear me is the most important one, and that'll be the host of the show. Okay.
No, they can hear you now.
All right. Good. Hello, delegation. Welcome to Woman Evolve episode 100. I mean, did you think we would get here? Did you think we would make it here?
It was up for debate. Let me tell you. The fact that we're even having you be able to be a co-host is a testament to how far God has brought us. Because it used to be we had to be in the same room in order to have co-hosting, but you're in Dallas, I'm in Los Angeles, and yet God is moving.
Yes, it's because you're fancy.
Well, Cora, we tried.
You're a fancy person. You've always been a fancy person, though. So
less on that. How's Woman Dissolve going?
It's going great for me. I'm on a detox right now. This is day 15 of the detox. Praise be to the Lord. I did not think I would make it this far, but I've made it this far by grace and grace alone. Okay.
What is your detox? Like, what are you doing in the detox?
Well, we started with a fiber cleanse. That was for 10 days. You took 3 packs of different fibers. This is from For Life. It's a company that I'm working for right now. And you take 3 packs of fiber cleanse for 10 days straight and digestion enzymes. The 10 days was the worst days, but I took it on as a spiritual challenge like Daniel and his friends did. 10 days of fasting and detoxing, and I look better than I did when I went in. And so
okay, so like what were you eating? I want to know what you was eating.
No processed food. I'm doing no meat right now, so I'm doing only shellfish. And I'm doing a little bit of vegan here and there because I don't want to do any processed or, sugars, high sugars and breads. I'm doing gluten-free right now. Things are looking up over here. I've lost 80 plus pounds, so I'm going to just keep going down the way.
To be clear, not in 2 weeks.
No. Just over the span of my journey. Over the 2 weeks, I've lost 12 pounds.
So I am 1 week into doing this, and I have just been minding my business, really. I'm not on nobody's diet plan. I'm not like following anybody's specific thing. I'm doing what I want to do. I'm doing my business. You know what I mean? So like I am doing a shake in the morning. I do chia seed pudding, which is my jam, veggie juice. And then I'm limiting carbs. Like I'm not doing any like white carbs, pastas, things like that. And I lost 5 pounds. Cora, I was 196 pounds.
Well, I would be glad to be there. Okay. So let's just thank God for, where you're at and where you're going. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm thanking God for where I'm at and where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And so I've checked every person who says it looks like you're losing weight. I've checked everyone who has said that, because I have been losing weight. I'm not looking like I'm losing weight. I have been losing weight, and they're not going to take my credit from me. They're not going to do it.
I'm down 5 pounds, and every time I look in the mirror, I think I see a 6-pack.
Yeah, that's the way you encourage yourself. I'm not making it about weight loss per se. I'm just making it about a healthy life. I made Beyond the Meat burgers last night.
Okay. Tastes like real burgers.
I thought I was going to, just try to trick the kids. I made it for everybody.
Ain't even work.
Your nephew.
Yeah, it didn't even happen like that.
He ate it in 3 minutes. He
Really?
ate that burger in 3 minutes, Sarah. I used vegan mayo. And Tuga ate that burger in 3 minutes.
Let me tell you, I tried some pasta, like zero, was it 0 calorie or 0 carb pasta? Let me tell you something. Texture was amazing. Got it, rinsed it off, and all of this and stuff. But I decided to not taste it.
What,
you know what
Sarah?
I mean? Not like, well, listen, no, let me finish my testimony because I didn't interrupt your testimony.
Okay,
so I decided to not like nibble on it. I decided to go for it like it was going to be good. You know how you taste stuff when you worry versus like, no, this is what I'm eating. Right. So I went for it. This is what I'm eating, and it's not what I'm eating. Couldn't do it.
It's not what you're eating. Zero. What did you say? 0 calories, 0 carbs?
It was something. Like, it wasn't right though, is what I'm saying.
I tried veggie noodles from Barilla.
Veggie noodles are great.
They were fantastic.
But there's still carbs in there. You said what?
They were fantastic. Yeah, but it's healthy carbs. It's not fat girl carbs. Yeah, but there's some flours and stuff in the veggie noodles. I'm trying.
Yeah, girl, you got to look at the ingredients.
Sarah, no, it says it's made from just zucchini and something else or another. But
you talking about in the box, the little veggie spaghetti? Nah, bro.
Yeah, that's what it said. It said that it wasn't no flour. It's gluten free and it's made from zucchini.
Hear me clearly when I say what I said.
I'm gonna look at the box again because you've discouraged my life. Right.
Delegation, what are y'all doing to dissolve? Nicole Cunningham said, ran into a few obstacles with no power, but I'm down 2 pounds, exercising 3 times a week, drinking my water. Come on, somebody.
Get her done.
I worked out 6 times last week, and I feel good. I haven't had a cheat meal yet just because I don't believe that I would stop cheating if I had a cheat meal. So right now, I'm just staying strong.
And I think that's beautiful, Sissy, because that's what you have to do. That's how I feel. If I cheat, I'm going to just go straight down the hill, because I feel like if you're going to cheat, you should just cheat, You shouldn't have a cheat meal. You should just fall straight down the hill. And so I haven't been falling or nothing. I've been staying up in Jesus.
Oh, my husband come and kiss me in the mouth because he got to leave real fast.
Uh-oh. Hey, bro T.
Cora say, hey, bro T.
Cora, come here.
To catch up.
Okay.
You have to wait to the delegation. At least
delegation. Love you.
All right.
Yes, mask ready to go.
Yeah. Okay. 100 episodes of whatever we want to do from episode to episode.
Okay.
Okay, how about that?
Somebody said I'm down 6. Julie said I'm down 62 pounds since May. You better be down 62 pounds since May.
And I'm dissolving by doing HIIT and walking 6 miles a day. That's how I do a HIIT run and I do strength training.
I don't be doing that too much. I don't do that.
Eat time in the sanctuary.
I don't do it ever, but I heard it's hard.
Oh, you know what? The feedback I hear I'm not on your AirPods anymore, huh?
No. Yeah, you still in my AirPods. The mic.
But the mic has changed.
Yeah. You want me to change the mic?
No. For some reason I can hear feedback, but that's all right. I'm willing to act like I don't hear it for the sake of the delegation.
Let me make sure I don't have you on anything.
It's all good. It's rescue eat time in the sanctuary.
I did the Shure mic. I just changed it to the Shure mic. Can y'all still hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you. It's fine. Doug Jones says she down 12 pounds. Let me tell you. Okay, so right now I'm 191, and we bless God. And when I hit 187, I feel like that's when I'm gonna have a cheat meal.
Okay. Then I hit 196 to 1. You said 191. Then I will have one.
Do you want to tell?
Wait, no. Let me do like 2. When I hit 210. No, hold on. Maybe 230. When I hit 230, then I have a cheat meal.
Do you want to tell us what your weight is, or that's not our business?
I'm fluctuating real good between 250 and 260 right now. But my biggest weight was 315.
So you're gonna wait until 230 to have your cheat meal? 20 pounds?
I got to stay on the track. I'm trying to have babies, sis. You ain't you ain't got that problem. I'm trying to have babies. So
yes, ma'am. Well, listen, I support you.
I know you do.
Donna Coleman says, is it bad that when I cheat off all the way off? No, that's not bad. That is my problem.
Yeah, if you cheat,
that's why I'm afraid of cheating right now. Like right now, I've accomplished my goal of waiting to cheat until I got to the point where I felt like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich would be a cheat. That's how I needed to bring my mind back in. You know what I mean? Because like my mind says Chick-fil-A is a cheat with the fat Chick-fil-A with the spicy chicken sandwich and the French fries and all that. That's what I consider cheating. I needed my mind to swing so far to the other pendulum that a multi-grain bread peanut butter and jelly sandwich would be a cheat for me. And I'm almost there.
A multi-grain
multi-grain bread,
butter and jelly
natural
sandwich.
Peanut butter, organic strawberry jam.
At 187, when you get to 187.
No. Well, I'm gonna see what happens at 187.
Okay. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm going all the way at least till October 8th. That's the I'm on a 30-day detox and a 30-day fast. So I'm done October 8th and I'm going back to meat. Because let me tell you something. Okay. I like my meat. And that is all that this has shown me and taught me and confirmed. Okay. So all of you out there thinking I'm about to be vegan, go ahead and hang it up, honey. Because soon as October 8th hit, I'm going to Paris Steakhouse to get me a pork chop.
You gonna just swing it over there?
I'm getting the whole pork chop with extra applesauce. Sure enough. Mm-hmm.
Jenny says I'm bigger than everyone in here. My 26 pounds.
Cynthia says you are pregnant in Jesus' name, Cora. I receive it, Cynthia. Yes.
In the name of Jesus, I add my faith to that. Okay, listen, Rescue Eve. And stay focused.
You ain't sent me.
Ashley says, Sarah, 191 where? How tall are you? When I tell you I asked myself the same question when I got on the scale, I said, where is it? I don't see it. And then I took a side-by-side picture of 171 versus 191, and then I saw it.
So you saw it.
I thought I lost it, didn't know. I thought I needed to change the battery on the scale. Then I saw them pictures and I saw it.
See?
Okay.
You 5'8" though. Sarah is 5'8".
I'm 5'7". You constantly say I'm 5'8" and I'm 5'7".
Because you don't seem that much shorter than me.
Well, how tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Okay, you lying.
I just went to the doctor to get my physical, hunty. I know how tall I am.
Well, then I'm 5'7". Okay.
Whatever.
XOXOCC, I don't know why, but Core sounds so country this episode. Core's country every episode. You need to turn up the volume on the other episode because Core's country. And now Ella is talking like Core. She walks around talking country. And I'm like, you want to be country so bad, but you from California.
I love my Ella Bella.
Okay, all right, so listen.
You ain't sent me nothing is what I said. Did you hear me? You ain't sent me nothing. So this is going to be, this is going to be spontaneous response. And I just want you to be aware of it because you ain't sent me nothing. So you about to get the raw, spontaneous response. Just letting you know.
Secure your wigs. Okay, Core. Did you see the picture of Brielle Bierman sitting on her stepdad's lap, Croy Bierman? From the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Girl, no.
Yeah, so there's a picture of them. They were out celebrating something. Hold on, let me see what's happening. Okay. Yes. So a picture of them was posted and people were uncomfortable because she was sitting on her stepdad's lap.
You think they uncomfortable? Do you see the picture?
No, people were uncomfortable, but this is her stepfather. I didn't see nothing wrong with this. I want to rescue them. She's
You want to
a
rescue the
child.
both
He's
of
the
them?
man. She's 23. He's 42. Come on. What?
Sarah, let me tell you something. These little girls need to get up off these men's laps.
Court, that's her
You stand up by your
stepfather.
daddy. You stand up by your stepdaddy and you smile. It ain't no
Court.
reason for you to be on that baby lap. You don't need to be
Court.
on his lap.
Are
She
you being
grown.
for real?
They both got hormones and they both grown.
Court.
She is not a child. She is 23. And she need to get up off that grown man lap. Stepdaddy and all.
The stores first.
Gonna be a strong no for me. And I told you should have sent me these stories so I could give you a better response.
Or as a blended family, I don't think there's anything wrong with this.
I think that's beautiful.
It's Mia Bree says he's been around her almost her whole life. Exactly. That's a big no-no. She's a grown woman. She's not a little girl anymore. Yeah, but if that was like her father.
Nope.
Shannon, I would not be sitting on daddy.
I would not be. Sarah, you ain't sat on daddy lap at 23.
I would sit on daddy's lap right now. Sure would. You probably in the pandemic. Court, think about it. You don't think I would go home and sit on dad's lap right now?
You right right now.
Somebody said Cleopatra said 23 years old, SJR.
I just feel like she's really grown. And I understand he's been around her whole life, but I just really feel like she's grown. She's a grown woman, and you just need to be careful how you present yourself out in public because it can make people uncomfortable.
But if people would mind their business, it would be fine.
Right. I didn't take the picture. I don't care nothing about these babies on this baby on this her stepdaddy lap. I'm just saying for the sake of the story, I feel like she's 23 years old and she don't need to be on his lap.
So when Amari's 23, she can't sit on Brandon's lap?
No, she cannot. Amari can't sit on Brandon's lap. Right.
That's crazy. Nope. Cortaya and Ren can't sit on PT's lap. Exactly. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, you brought my nieces in here and they can't do no wrong. So if it was Torrey and Ren or Torrey and Tay, yeah, I probably would. Yeah, I wouldn't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, it wouldn't look. I mean,
I don't know. I just feel like the family is very sexually out there, that family. You don't know what folks are
doing in their sex life.
I'm saying they're very that's what they sell, they're very sexually out there family. Their sex sales. You gonna see their booty or their boobs out all the time, like it's not.
Hudson said, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but personally, I wouldn't do it myself. And OMG, Corby having me so weak. London says, well, don't put your business out in the streets and no one will be in it. Boom, shakalaka. Sharona says, sis, me too. I don't know. Times are so different. I just think that, we already have this dynamic of fathers and daughters that can be a little strange. And to see something that, to me, looks perfectly reasonable within a father-daughter relationship being made sexual, I think kind of speaks to the culture. Where are the lines, I guess? I mean, if he was around her before she looked like that, that is her stepfather. It would be like Mackenzie sitting on PT's lap at 23.
Yeah, I feel like there has to be a reason behind that. It's quarantine. You want to go and sit on your daddy's lap because you scared or something, then that's fine. But just to be casually sitting on your stepdaddy lap, y'all out to dinner, y'all gonna take a picture, you gonna hop on his lap. That's what I'm saying. That's just an instinct for you to just hop on your daddy lap. I don't know. I think that's a little weird. It's not instinct for me to hop on daddy lap for.
So it was his birthday. It says, happy birthday to the most amazing father and man I'll ever know. I couldn't imagine a life without your hardworking, selfless, loving, caring self. I'm so proud of you and all you've accomplished. We had too much fun last night. I forgot to post yesterday. Love you, Dad. I think maybe I'm sensitive to it because I have a blended family, and I could totally see Mackenzie, who hasn't had her biological father in her life, but has a stepfather that is all the dad that she has ever known, having these milestone moments. And like, you know, at 23, she's not going to look like the 11-year-old Kenzie that we know, but for his birthday to post a tribute, like, Dad, I'm always daddy's little girl, like whatever. Like, I just think for that to be turned sexual, I don't know. I want to rescue them.
I'm not turning it into sexual. I'm just saying, I think that that's a little weird that her instinct for a picture was to jump on her daddy lap. I just think that that's weird. I'm not saying it's sexual. I think it's weird. I don't think like they like to have a sexual relationship or nothing. I'm just saying that's weird that your instinct was, I'm gonna hop on my daddy lap. You know, that's not my instinct when I'm taking a picture with my daddy, 23 or 33. It's just not instinctual for me to be like, oh, I'm gonna get on your lap. Because it's things in your lap. It's things in your daddy lap. You know? So there's that. That's all I'm saying.
So
I told you didn't send me anything. I will rescue them because you brought up a good point with Taya and Ren, and that is it. Okay. I will send them babies a floaty, but I think her instinct need to change a little bit and maybe not be that she jump on her daddy lap.
Panama's Finest says, I'm 51 and I had a father and stepfather. I wouldn't be comfortable on either of their laps, period.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying. It's a little weird that her instinct was, I'm going to hop in my daddy's lap. That's a little weird.
I'm not inclined to hop on anybody's lap right now because I'm 200 pounds. But if I ever get to the weight that I want to, Cora, I'm going to be sitting on your lap. I want to be taking my...
Sarah, you have actually sat in my lap.
I know.
Maybe but that's... You know, that is the relationship that you have with people that you love and that you are close to. And I understand that, but it don't mean that it ain't weird. Okay, if you and daddy post a picture on Instagram and you sitting in daddy lap, it's gonna be weird. It's weird. It's not inappropriate. It's weird. It's super weird.
Okay. Can we rescue? You're rescuing. What level of rescue?
Yeah,
Can we send the jet?
I'm talking floaties. No, I'm gonna give them a floaty. A floaty. They can share since they sitting on each other. Since she's sitting on his lap, they can put the floaty on together. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, Kelsey says, my mama raised me not to sit on my daddy lap after a certain age. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's weird. Is all I'm saying. Like, it's not a sexual thing, but it's things in your daddy lap, you know, like it's weird. It is. I'm sorry, y'all don't got to agree. I don't care nothing about you.
Well, more people agree with you than me. Precious Mind says, if Sarah was sitting on Bishop's laps, I wouldn't think anything of it. Well, you better get used to it. Look, because let me tell you something. When Corona is over and I get to go see my parents, I'm going to take 100 whatever is left of me, and I'm going to plop it right down somewhere in Texas, just so you know. I might go sleep in their bed, in the middle of their bed, just like here I am, if they would stop snoring long enough for me to do that.
I don't think you should be able to do any poses that his wife could do.
That's something.
That's how I feel. If his wife his lap for a picture, you shouldn't sit on his lap.
I'm confused. It's something in his lap that makes it sexual, but you know, folks and facts is not what we're doing today. Sherelle says, I'm gonna blow up a lifeboat for them. Okay, so we're gonna rescue with, you want one floaty. Some people saying 2 floaties, some people saying none at all.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I'm gonna say 2 floaties because I really like to send the whole boat.
You can send the whole boat, sissy. On behalf of every blended family mother out there, you can send out a boat to them babies. It's still gonna be a weird boat that you send out there, sending out there to them.
Cor, why is the boat gonna be weird?
Because the whole situation is weird. It's weird.
Corey, crazy. Okay, so
We
Pamela says, "Baby, I'm
wasn't raised
57. If
like
I
that
could sit
to
on
be
my
sitting
daddy's
in there.
lap, I would point blank." Let me tell you something.
But the other thing
Latoya,
is, would Daddy feel comfortable with you in his lap? Is the
yes,
other thing.
absolutely, no doubt in my mind. Huh?
Not a weird boat. D said, "Not a weird boat." It will.
I have no doubt in my mind that Daddy would be like, "Girl, whatever. What are you doing on my lap?"
Right.
But I don't think he would be like, "No, this is weird."
No, he would say, "What are you doing on my lap?"
You heavy?
Yeah. Get up
But it would
off
be
my
fine.
lap.
Okay, so we're gonna send a floaty for them,
Sending
and
a
that's
floating.
it.
Yep.
Okay, geez, I had to really fight for that one because your immediate reaction was absolutely not. But I feel like there's been
She
progress
is
here.
his baby. And that nothing that I have said has changed her role in his life or his role in hers.
Nicole says, "But why do you need to sit in your father's lap?" Because
That is
bills
all
are
I'm saying.
heavy, and sometimes I just need some extra support carrying them. Just life, just adulting is heavy, and I just want to remember when I was a child and didn't have bills anymore.
But you're not, and you do.
I will sit on my mama's lap. It's not just my daddy. I will sit on my mama's lap.
Right, but see, that is different because mama ain't got things in her lap. Men have things that they can't always control in their lap. Is all I'm saying. And you can't be a sexy 23-year-old anything sitting on no man's lap. You just can't. They got things in their lap that they don't always have control
Hope
over.
Wilson said every man isn't nasty. Cosign, totally.
What?
If you saying lap like they sitting right on the flagship, and it could be just on the thigh.
We don't know. We don't know. Is all I'm saying. It's things in men's lap. And no, every man ain't nasty, but every man don't have control all the time on the things in their lap.
Capri said Cora's got a point. Capri, can you remove your comment, please, so that Cora doesn't think that she actually has one?
I'm just saying.
Kiara says, but it's her dad. I'm kind of on that tip as well, but you know.
And I have counseled people whose fathers did things that they were not supposed to as well. So maybe that is the balance in this conversation.
But do they go and sit on their dad's lap?
No, their dad forced them on their lap. How about that?
Cora, I understand what you're saying, but do you think that someone who was forced on there is going to sit on their dad's lap for a birthday post?
No, that's not what
crazy.
What I'm saying is we have to understand that there are fathers out there that are inappropriate with their children. And so that is why some people are seeing this as inappropriate because they have things in.
But what I'm saying is that we cannot make a healthy father-child relationship become conditioned to follow the guidelines of an unhealthy relationship. Just because there's an unhealthy pinpoint doesn't mean that everything needs to fall into the guidelines of that. Otherwise, we're going to have people who don't know how to father or be daughters because we don't know where the parameters.
Right, but I think that we can't ignore that parameter either and act like there aren't horrible fathers out there. I'm not saying that he is. I'm saying we can't ignore the other side of this argument that is making people say that it's inappropriate.
But this is what I will say, and then I will shut up and we will move to the next story. I think whoever's saying it's totally inappropriate and all of that should at least for a moment go into my feelings box and really pinpoint exactly where those feelings are coming from that allowed you to see it through that filter. What is it in society, perhaps in our history, that has made us feel that this is totally inappropriate and we're uncomfortable with what is actually a healthy dynamic between a father and a child?
Right. That's all but we got to acknowledge both sides. Is all I'm saying. You're acknowledging the side of the good father who is loving and protective and providing and covering. I am acknowledging the fathers that are not that. And so Bria may not be dealing with that situation. And that's why we saving her. But we have to acknowledge the other side of that argument, because those that are saying it's inappropriate have experience with that kind of inappropriate relationship.
Well, this is heavy.
I told you should have sent me. You should have sent me the stories prior to. I told you didn't send me jack. So you're getting the real raw response. So prepare yourself.
Oh, Pamela Briggs says, I think there is some discrimination. If this woman was not attractive, we may not be having this conversation. And she preached the word. Because if she looked like a duck, we wouldn't even think nothing of. We would say, good for her. She has a father's love, because she may not ever experience. If she were what we call a duck, Pamela, you better come through with the word. There is discrimination because she's a pretty girl.
Oh, a little bit. I think so. I can agree.
Just think about it. Fix it now. Think about it. Come back through.
Yep. I can agree with that. If she wasn't attractive, it probably would have been a different response and reaction. But that's not the story today, is it, huh?
No, but see that no. If we talking about not the story today, and you done took me down the road of sexual abuse and molestation and family. So if we going down road, you gonna go down my road too. So you turn the wheel, and let's admit that because she's pretty and attractive, that we see this as uncomfortable.
That is a portion of it. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. If she was not sexy, skinny, and looking just like her mama, only younger, this would not be an issue. But she is sexy, skinny, and looking just like her mama, only younger.
So if Kenzie ends up being attractive and pretty, and it's PT's birthday,
you to stop bringing my nieces.
Why? Because you have to make it real.
That's why I saved these babies, is because you brought my nieces in here, okay?
I would like to move on to the next story.
Can we please?
I've tried. Monica says I have a pet duck. I'm offended. My bad. Your pet duck is probably beautiful.
Not a pet duck. Help us, God.
Shani says we want to hear from men. I should have asked PT before he trucked out of here.
Stephanie said men take advantage of unattractive women too. Facts.
Yeah, but we're talking about people being uncomfortable. Y'all, first of all, have hijacked my show with these random. I'm over it.
Okay, we're done.
It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be lighthearted.
Moving on.
Okay. Cool.
I had to be the devil's advocate on this side when you take the angel's advocate. Okay. That's
okay. Well, be the devil's advocate for Gucci. Gucci is selling pants that are $770. They are grass stained jeans. Let me finish my story. They are jeans that have been made to look like they've been rolled in the grass, and they're selling them for $770. The jeans are deliberately stained to look like you just rolled down a grassy hill or did some farm work. $700. If y'all would have told me that y'all wanted jeans that looked like they had been rolled in the grass, I'd have gave them to Kenzie last week and could have had them shipped out to you. Why y'all want jeans rolled in grass?
And ugly jeans rolled in grass. Mama, daddy jeans rolled in grass at that. No, we're not saving Gucci. They done already been canceled long ago. Okay. So we're not bringing them back from up under the water to try to save them.
You're supposed to be devil's advocate.
They've been drowned. Gucci ain't nothing to save. They are. Look at these jeans.
Cleopatra said Gucci been smoking grass themselves. That must have been what they was the leftover. What are you?
We've moved on, Liana. We moved on. No. I'm gonna go for no with Gucci because they're already drowning. You know? And I believe that we would have to bring them up from up under the water in order to save them again. And I'm not going to save them for $700 jeans that my son made yesterday. Okay.
Grass stained jeans.
Not doing it.
I have heard it all. You know what? This is a testament to the fact that how detached they're depending on someone to be. That they think that grass stained jeans could be fashion.
This is a disrespect, actually, to our culture in general. Gucci's been trifling, and they're canceled, and you're trying to resurrect them so we can cancel them again, and they can just stay canceled at it because $700 for some jeans that need to go in the wash. We're not doing it. No.
Andrew said that's like those ugly beater golden goose sneakers that are $300, and they do look worn and torn. Somebody sent me them shoes as a gift one time, and I was like, has someone worn these? I didn't understand that they were supposed to look worn.
No, they went to Goodwill and they grabbed a bunch of jeans and they are trying to flip them, but they will not fool me. Okay. They can flip all these Goodwill jeans as many times as they like, but they are not fooling me. Nope.
I just wish somebody would have told me that they wanted some jeans that had been grass stained. But amen. So no rescue. Duck Jones says I wouldn't buy them for $7. It's a no for me. Brianna says, has someone worn these? Lucretia says, who is paying for dirty jeans? I need to hurry up and start a new business. Wow. That's legitimate. It's a legitimate question.
I'm not doing it.
All right.
Ain't nobody on here paying $700. That's a little over a car note for somebody with bad credit.
A little. Oh, okay. Well, and depending on what kind of car you got, between bad credit or depending on what kind of car you got, it for sure is. Court, what is wrong with you?
It's bad. It's bad business. I'm disappointed and discouraged in Gucci yet again.
Okay.
Yet again.
So we won't rescue them, even though you devil's advocate. Court, you actually sent me this story.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Phil wants people to stop calling him daddy.
I did send you that story because it tickled me.
Why did
it tickled me, daddy. Roll it so the babies can see. Devil, loose this technology here, Satan. The Lord rebuke you.
My business. Who's car note is 720. I'm praying for y'all. That's somebody who ain't never had bad credit. But listen, here's the thing. Dr. Phil is begging TikTok followers to stop calling him daddy. For some reason, he popped up on TikTok on Thursday, and he says, I hate to break it to you, but I ain't your daddy. And your real daddy is probably getting his feelings hurt. I appreciate the support. It's a little weird, but I appreciate the support. And because of this, of course, the internet has gone to calling him daddy repeatedly. This is kind of similar to people not wanting to be called auntie.
Right. No, I agree. I think that Dr. Phil should be called doctor because that is what he is.
Mm-hmm. So we're going to rescue him from you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real, I do. I feel like everybody can't be your family member. You know, you can't make everybody your daddy and stuff, you know. And then you get your feelings hurt, a scandal come up, you know, and now you done made this man your whole daddy and he's scandalous. You know what I'm saying? So call this man doctor because that's what he is. We will call him doctor because that is what he is.
Yeah. So he said, why are you sounding like him there? Because I had to put on my Dr. Phil voice. Okay, so we're going to rescue him from being called daddy. Delegation, yes. What say ye? Chantel is confused. Who calls him daddy? Latrell says, I love it when she co-hosts with there. Everyone does.
Dr. Daddy will not be your portion, Natalie. It shall not be. It shall not be your portion.
Okay.
Everybody can't be your family member. Let this man be a doctor.
All right. Doctor it is. We are really going through these. This is really great. This is really amazing. Wow, I'm really nervous about this episode so far. All right, so recently Qantas, which is an Australian air carrier, announced that a 7-hour scenic flight to nowhere, which will take off and land at the same airport amid interstate travel restrictions during the coronavirus pandemic, sold out in 10 minutes. That's right. There was a flight to literally nowhere, took off from the same place, landed at the same place, but in the air for 7 hours. They were gone. Tickets absolutely gone in 10 minutes. The prices range between $575 and $2,765, depending on the class of ticket that you chose. Can you believe that?
Excuse me. It sounds like, and I'm sorry because I don't really do too much reading, but it sounds like you said that there was a flight that was going nowhere for 7 hours. It took off in the same place, landed in the same place, and it sold out. Is that what you said?
Sold out in 10 minutes because people want to get out of the house. They want to feel like they're going somewhere. They want to have a travel experience, and they want to have the service of being on an airline.
And
yes or no, we didn't go anywhere.
To go nowhere? Is the plane nice? Sarah, tell me this is a 2-story international plane.
It is one of the international planes.
Okay. All right. So they got an open bar and things on there, maybe. 7 hours to go nowhere? Nah.
Yeah.
And how much was the ticket?
The tickets range from $575 to $2,700.
That's funny. That is hilarious. This story that you have
Rose
brought
Godlock says, I'm gonna rescue them. I'm sick of this house. Sign me up. Let me tell you something. Just to be clear, this is what I will say. I love getting on long flights. I love getting on long flights.
If you are going to pay $575 to go nowhere, you might as well buy them grass stained jeans. Because that's stupid. That's stupid.
No, that's different. No, the airline
it's not different. It's dumb. It is not different. It is dumb. It is. There is nothing smart about it. Not one thing smart about it.
Tamika said that's about like the Gucci jeans.
It would be different if you was going somewhere, sissy.
But
they charge you $575 to stay in the air.
Hope said so people pay to get out of the house to be restricted to an airplane seat.
To you see
can get
some
up and move about the cabin.
To see some clouds? No. I don't even know why you brought this story up here today. That ain't it. No. No. It's dumb. It is not different. It is dumb. For sure.
Kirtiana wants to know, can we say whoever bought these? Whoop, that's a word. I think we should save them.
We should save the people who bought the ticket. Oh, no, I don't save stupid. No, I don't do that. You can save stupid. I'm not saving stupid today. You want to save stupid today? You can do that. I'm not doing that. Me? I'm not doing that.
Trish said private maybe, but with others, absolutely not.
Right. If it was a private jet, it would be smart, but it's not.
But you don't ever want to get out the house.
At risk. You don't put yourself at risk for corona for $575. So you can be in the air looking at some clouds for 7 hours, and that is stupid. Sure is.
If you think 7 hours, they probably had a meal. They probably watched a movie.
Dumb. You could have done all of that at the house for free.
Francis is here. You have one incredible sister. Tell me about it.
you could have done all that at the house for free. No, I'm not doing it. To look at some clouds, Sarah, what are they looking at? What are they doing for 7 hours?
You want to have your worship closer to the heavens.
You know what?
And you want to cover the world and the earth from a high vantage point.
You're overtired, Sarah, and you need to get some sleep. You need to take a nap because you're not getting rest. You're not well rested on today, and I'm concerned for your well-being. Concerned for your well-being. Sure enough.
Well,
Yep.
could we send a floaty for people who are tired of being in the house?
Sending them nothing. No. Absolutely not. Not gonna do
Positivity said, I flew to Australia before. The meals on the plane aren't great. Well, I thought that was headed somewhere, and she... Okay. Justice says, now, Sarah, you know them people were not listening to worship music. I'm trying to... the whole point, just in case y'all have forgotten, because Cord's on here, is to rescue people who know better but maybe didn't necessarily do better. But it seems like y'all have forgotten the very reason that we do rescue Eve, because you're drowning them rather quickly on today.
Well, because some things deserve to be drowned. Because dumb things deserve to be drowned. Okay. And so that is what we're doing today. We're rescuing people who know better, but should have done better. But we're not rescuing stupid people. We're not doing that on today. This isn't happening. No. No. Not happening.
Kanisha brings up a good point. She says if they can afford to pay that much to fly nowhere, they can afford to save themselves. Okay.
Right. Well, would you look at the confirmation coming from all over the delegation? My God. My God.
Well, this is the last rescue story that I'm going to try with you all today. This one is from Eve. Actually, Eve.
Hilarious. Hilarious.
EVE. All right. She's recently did an uncensored on TV one, and when talking about it, on the series rather, she talked about why her show came to an end. She had a sitcom back in the day, and she reflected on what it was like during her time doing the sitcom rather. And she said, having my own sitcom was everything. It was pressure, it was fun, it was stressful, it was amazing. I was the youngest at the time of the cast, and a lot of them were just getting married, just buying their first house, or like just having babies. I was still going to the club, trying to get to set at 9 a.m., trying to get to a table read. She said when the show ended, it was definitely heartbreaking because at that time we had done 3 seasons and we were family at this point. I do believe a lot of it had to do with the fact that I was trying to kind of straddle both sides of my life, still trying to hold on to kind of hanging out, and I was late a lot. That's not cool. So she basically said that her actions were a part of the reason why the show ended, because she was late so frequently. And, you know, I like the idea of rescuing her because sometimes you don't know better until you know better. You know, I'm sure at that time she probably knew that she should have been on time, but to really understand the implications in hindsight about the opportunities that she lost, not just for herself, for others, I really felt like that was something that we should rescue her for.
Yeah, I think we can do that because now she's reached a level of maturity and she's taking accountability for her role. She could have said that, you know, they made her get up early and she could have pointed the finger, but she decided to take responsibility for the role that she plays. It's unfortunate that the show ended for something so trivial as her not using her alarm clock. But be that as it may, I'm glad that she's come to the conclusion to use one. And that is all that really matters in this time. So we can send her. What are the options? Floaty.
We've got a jet.
Jets. A helicopter.
A yacht. We've got a helicopter.
Perhaps we should send her an alarm clock.
Well, that's not one of
is that an option?
No.
Okay. Well, let's send her something that has an alarm clock in it. So would that be the yacht? We can send her the yacht. Does it have an alarm clock?
Delegation, can we send her the yacht? Pia says taking accountability is bomb. Rescue her. Champagne Bennett says self-realization equals jet for me. I'm down for the jet. We could gas up the jet.
The jet
Andrew
got
says rescue Eve. Jocelyn says hindsight is 2020. Rick Wells says we are rescuing Eve. I love it.
Okay, we sending her the jet. Send her the jet.
Okay, send Hill Girl Hill says send a jet ski since she has a Rough Rider. I love it.
Oh wow. Womp, womp, womp.
You know what? There is something to accountability. Keisha says,
She
"Why is
is
it that we?"
married to a billionaire. They have a yacht. Oh, well, she may not need no savings. See, that's why we need to send her a clock. She got a yacht and a jet. She don't have an alarm clock. We should send her one of those.
But the thing is that she's on time now. You know, I think there's something to be said about looking back, seeing something that you could have done better, and taking accountability for that and owning it, even if it's down the road. Because sometimes we don't own stuff when we've moved past it. But to look back and to be able to say, like, listen, in hindsight, this is what happened. I thought that was really dope. Accountability is everything. Understanding your actions, why you did them, the reason behind them. I feel like that's everything.
Yes, absolutely. I agree.
Yes. There's something to understanding who you are from season to season and to really dissect your actions. And I feel like even as we're in this woman dissolve season and reshaping our minds, trying to understand why we're making the decisions we're making when it comes to our health and our body, that it's really important that we come to a place that we are willing to say, listen, I don't want to just have an end goal. I want to understand how I got to where I am. That's what I heard Eve saying with this accountability thing, which is why I love Noom. I don't know if you've heard about Noom, but Noom is an app that helps you to really shift into making a new lifestyle, okay? Because getting in shape doesn't have to be about losing a specific amount of weight or a magic number on the scale. It's about building healthier habits and feeling better about yourself. If fitting into that favorite pair of jeans is your goal, great. But there are many reasons you might want to practice self-care, and every person is different. You know, like I think you need to be able to identify your health goals. What I love about Noom is that Noom doesn't just say, hey, you want to lose weight. Noom wants you to take accountability and action when it comes to you understanding your weight loss goal. They want to help you understand when you make poor decisions when it comes to your healthy lifestyle, what stresses you out and what is your response to stress. Essentially, why is it you do the thing that you do? I love the Noom app because when I downloaded it, we went through several quizzes to help me understand why I was making some of the decisions that I was making. Not only that, when the quiz was over, I was able to connect with other people on a journey of living a healthy lifestyle. Together, we've been able to create community and support as we strive to reach our goal. If you miss a day or perhaps fall off the wagon, don't worry, you can hop back on. Noom is there to help support you as you strive to become the best version of yourself. What I love more than anything is that it's easy and convenient to use. Noom is the habit-changing solution that helps users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. That's because it's based in psychology. Noom teaches you why you do the things you do and empowers you with the tools that you need to break bad habits and replace them with better ones. We're trying to dissolve in this season. And you may be thinking to yourself, you know what? In the process of dissolving, sometimes I get stuck. I wish I had something in my phone, something that I could just pull out to help push me over the edge, to help me feel better seen and understood as I pursue this goal. Noom may be exactly what you're looking for. I think that one of the things that you should make it a point to do today is to go to Noom.com, okay? You don't have to change everything in one day. Small steps make a big progress, okay? Small steps lead to big progress. You can sign up for your trial today at Noom. That's Noom.com/evolve. What do you have to lose besides those bad habits? Visit Noom.com/evolve to start your free trial today. That's Noom.com/evolve. And when 2021 comes in, we would have dissolved to evolve.
Beautifully done, sis. You just gotta love your transitions, Holmes. Like, yo, you gotta love your transitions, Holmes. Like, straight up. That came up like out the blue. Like, I didn't even see that one coming. And normally I know Normally I know when you about to roll in an ad, but you just completely took
You
me
didn't see her
down.
like bam.
I
Then
mean,
like
it
boom.
hit me. It hit me. By God, I thought I was going to lose it over here. That was a beautiful transition.
Thank you.
So we gonna send this baby Noom, and we gonna send her a yacht. Noom.
We're moving on to Hail Mary.
Okay.
Hail Mary is when we take a minute to acknowledge people who are sharing what they're learning, inspiring us, making history. And one of the people that I wanted to give a Hail Joseph to, because it is a fella, is actually Chris Rock. I don't know if you've heard this story, but Chris Rock has recently revealed that he is undergoing therapy for a newly diagnosed learning disability. Chris Rock is opening up about a learning disorder of his that went undiagnosed until adulthood. In his recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, the comedian revealed that he was diagnosed with a nonverbal learning disorder after 9 hours of extensive cognitive testing. One of the reasons that I really thought that this was cool is because a lot of times, once we're out of school age, we don't really think that there's any reason to consider that we could possibly have a learning disability that could be affecting our adulthood. But I felt like this was a testament to the fact that it is quite possible for us to have learning disabilities even into adulthood, and taking an opportunity to kind of, get some help and support for that is really important.
Oh, absolutely. As someone who was diagnosed a little later in life with ADHD, I can totally speak to just the need for being able to understand the way your mind works and the way that you experience life, being something that you have to examine. And so, shout out to him for examining himself and just realizing, that there may be something that he needed to look into. Sometimes we don't want to look at ourselves. We don't want to examine ourselves. And so absolutely, Hell Joseph. And I hope that he gets all the help that he needs to continue to be the great person that he is.
Yeah, Rose Dialogue says, I think that's awesome. Tracy says, right, I did love this story. I thought this was really, really dope. So definitely want to give a Hail Joseph to him. Halima says, oh, Chris Rock, love him. That's brave, bold, and beautiful. Totally agree. Let's see, Cheryl says, good job, Chris Rock. I love it. Okay, so let's move to the next Hail Mary, Hail Joseph situation. So this one came out of Northeast Ohio. I saw this story and I felt like it was great for us to bring some attention to it. But 35 missing Ohio children are recovered this month, with 20% rescued from human trafficking, as the search continues for 5 other endangered teens. The U.S. Marshals found 35 of 40 missing children during Operation Safety Net. The Ohio children aged 13 to 18 were found over the course of the last month. The children were located through the state and as far away as Florida. I love this because, one, obviously the children were rescued, which I think is awesome. But I think it really goes to underscore that human trafficking is something that we really need to be aware of. It's happening in our communities. It's affecting our children. Black girls are human trafficked at an alarming rate. And I think that, the more that we can bring awareness to this as a community, that the more likely we can to look out for one another and to not just think someone may be running away when they could in fact have been in danger of being human trafficked.
Absolutely. 100% agree. I'm so glad, as a children's pastor, that the babies are safe. And I just hope that the other ones are found, and the countless other children and young women and young men who have been human trafficked and sex trafficked. And it's just horrible all the way around. But I'm glad that there's a little bit of victory in every storm. And so great opportunity for victory in that story for sure.
Nikita says, all my things is so sad. Glad the babies were rescued indeed. Sharika says, my God, thank you for finding these babies. Marie says, amen. We are our sister's keeper. And we definitely want to make sure that we are keeping that in the forefront of our minds, because real life, it's out here happening. The next Hail Mary story is to a fitness company. Since we're talking about women dissolve,
yes.
Okay, I saw this. There's an Indiana-based fitness company, and they're offering $13,000 to candidates who can shed pounds in 3 months.
What company is this? Are you rolling into an ad?
No, it ain't no ad.
What is it?
The Lose Your Lockdown Love Handles recruitment call has been issued by Total Shape, a company that sells supplements, equipment, and coaching. 4 candidates will be selected to test 4 new and popular diet and fitness routines. And they're offering them $13,000.
Mm-hmm. I see that there.
Or are you looking it up?
I am.
Cool.
I don't know. Is it only in India? Oh, is it only in Indiana? I can't sign up if I'm in Texas.
Cool. But what you're doing
can you sign up if you're not can you sign up if you're not in Indiana? Do you know?
The story is not necessarily about signing up. It's more about just like, woohoo, they're doing it. But the thing is that you're at work, so you can't look that up right now.
Oh, okay.
It says candidates in the U.S. will be guaranteed an $8,000 salary and can earn up to an additional $5,000 if they achieve weight loss milestones.
Gotcha. Total Shape.
You know, I want to give them a Hail Mary because this is the type of motivation that moves people. Okay.
Yep, it's moving me right now.
Right. Carla says, "Is this an ad?" No, it's not an ad. I was just so glad to hear that somebody's actually paying people to lose weight. Because right now I'm doing it for free and it's a struggle, and I wonder if there was a check waiting for me at the end if I could go on and make that happen. Sharon says, I'm interested. Angelina said, what is the company? This is not, I promise y'all, this is not an ad. But Court, what are you doing?
I was because it's a app, you got to fill out things, and so I was just looking at the things you need to fill out to sign up for it. The 7 secrets for rapid fat loss. $13,000.
That ADHD kicked in when she said $13,000. When I said Core logged all the way off.
Listen, as soon as we wrap it up, I'm going to click submit.
But Core, what you're doing is working. There's no need to sign up for this.
The need is the $13,000. So that would be the need for sure.
Oh, I wish somebody would pay me to lose weight. Because let me tell you something. Oh God.
If they will pay me to lose weight, I will sign up today.
Sometimes I be feeling like I wish that someone would pick up my body and take it to the treadmill, run it for me, and then bring it back to me.
Because that would just be the easier way to do life.
For sure.
Yeah. If I could do it like I do it in the spirit, can I send my body to the Peloton in the spirit and still get the results in my flesh?
We could probably pool together and have some type of competition where somebody won. But everybody ain't gonna get no money.
You wouldn't let me be a part of your competition though, so that's why I'm looking this website up. Right, that's why I'm looking this website up, because you wouldn't let me be a part of your competition. But the people can. You're going to come up with a woman dissolve competition, and people can register and sign up, and whoever loses the most weight can get a free ticket to your conference next year.
Yeah, that's not enough motivation.
It is for the delegation.
I don't think so. Do you know how hard it is to not eat carbs?
You do.
We would have to do something that would be like, you don't have to pay no bills next month if you lose the most weight.
Ooh, you know what I mean? So maybe you do that. Maybe you do like a full package, like do the full package. They get the tickets. You're going to pay a bill for them. You. It's you. You the woman dissolve.
Yeah, but why would I'm not paying people to lose weight if I want to be paid to lose weight. Why am I gonna pay other people to lose weight and I want to be paid to lose weight?
You just said, Sissy, you just said we should come up with a competition. You just forgot what you said.
We should. Don't mean we are.
Oh, okay. I'm here to support whatever the vision is. And so if you have a vision, I'm going to give you
for the month.
I'm going.
Not for losing weight.
For what?
But if you're struggling and life is hard, I'd rather do that than pay you to lose weight.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's true. But it
Because
would,
money to
again, it
lose
would
weight
make
is
them
different than
be
money because you in
accountable.
trouble.
Mifo, get out my pocket. Mifo, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Get out my pocketbook. How about that part? Huh?
My folks said you got half. Corey, if you go half,
No.
yes, if y'all go half, we will.
If who go half?
Half on the half of the delegation's bill for a month as a part of the weight loss ticket situation, weight loss competition.
You just said, just because we should don't mean we are. Mm-hmm. All right. And so get up out my pocketbook. Okay. You got a pocketbook. Okay. I am holding on God's unchanging purse. Okay.
Maya said everyone put in $20 or $50 in the pot. The delegate who loses the most get the whole pot. And to be fair, like sometimes that's not really fair because like somebody who has more weight to lose is going to lose more weight. But like just because you don't have as much weight to lose, but you do make a change in your body doesn't, you know what I mean? I'm trying to explain it, but I don't have no science to back it up.
Right.
But the difference between I need to lose 100 pounds versus I need to lose 20 pounds, like the person who loses 20 pounds may actually end up making like a difference in their body or whatever. But the person who lost 30 pounds is going to win the competition, even though, you know what I mean? Somebody get the science.
Shonda. No, because it ain't no science. 20 pounds on one person that's bigger is 20 pounds on a person that's smaller. And so if they both lose 20 pounds, then, it's not about the size. It's about the weight loss. Okay. So 20 pounds and you fat, or 20
Somebody
pounds
said do about body fat percentage. Yeah, because Shashi said we could also do it in categories.
We're not doing it.
We could do it in categories. We might in January. We could do it. Maybe.
I think we've gone too far as it is right now. I think that we've ventured out here. We might need a rescue here in a minute. What are we doing?
You know what we need to do? We just need to learn to take our time, love our bodies, be patient with ourselves, be gentle, and come to a place where we don't allow our physical appearance.
It's coming. Come on.
To determine our emotional and mental health.
Right.
Because when you suffer from low self-esteem as a result of what's taking place with your body, it shows up. And so maybe we should make it like a fad diet or something that we do overnight. Maybe we should learn to be patient with ourselves with Noom, but also understand how to build our confidence with better help.
What do we do with that? How do we get that, huh?
Oh, you don't know what BetterHelp is?
No, I've never heard of BetterHelp.
Oh, yeah. Okay, sure. Well, BetterHelp is an online counseling service that connects you with a professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. And you can get help on your own time. And there are licensed counselors who specialize in depression, anxiety, sleeping, anger, self-esteem, stress, and even low self-esteem. Anything you share is confidential. And just in case you're wondering, financial aid is available to those who qualify. So there's really no reason for us to not just take care of our bodies, but to also take care of our mental health. And with BetterHelp, we're able to do that. One of the things I love is that it's truly an affordable option. Woman Evolve with Sarah Jakes Roberts listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code EVOLVE. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/evolve. Simply fill out a questionnaire to help them assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/evolve. You know, Dr. Anita used to be a BetterHelp therapist.
Yes, I think you may have mentioned that the last time you transitioned into BetterHelp. health. Better help,
Help.
health.
Better help.
Help. Gotcha.
Okay, put that P on it.
Well,
Yes,
you know,
okay.
my list, you got to be clear.
Carvel says, I'm thinking of doing it. Let me tell you, therapy will have you together and feeling like, you know what, I'm going to break this thing off of me. And it's never going to happen again to anyone around me. And I'm going to show up in this world as a better person.
Mm-hmm. I love therapy.
Okay, so now it's time for the advice section. This is a long one.
Oh,
and listen, pay attention, okay?
I told y'all to stop sending these novels to her. Gosh.
It's going to be fine, okay? Good morning. My name is Rosie, and I'm reaching out to you because I need some guidance from a woman's perspective. I started dating this guy named Marcus when I was 19 and he was 20. We knew each other from high school and we also worked at the same restaurant. Initially, he was never my type, but I decided to give it a chance. He came from a household where his dad was present in his life, but didn't teach him like a man should teach his son. Marcus was clueless about a lot, but my family took him under their wing. During our relationship, I did require things, and in a way, it was also me wanting to see himself grow in many aspects. Just like any relationship, we had our ups and downs, but we had just as many great times. We would go to church together. He even became a member. We were together for a solid 3 years. We talked about marriage all the time, and he had even asked my mom for my hand in marriage. In February of this year, I was in Marcus's apartment alone, and I started watching TV. His iPad was sitting on the bed, and it kept lighting up. So when I picked up the iPad and read the notifications, I realized that he had been cheating on me. I was devastated. I even called the girl, which I have no clue why, but it ended horribly. When I spoke with him, I was livid, but he couldn't give me much of an excuse. Since then, we're still not together. However, even after finding out that he cheated, couldn't get upset. I was in love with this man. He's a guy that I imagine me spending the rest of my life with. Honestly, I'd like to get back with him. But he keeps saying things like he's not ready to be in a relationship right now because he has growing to do, and he's afraid that if we got back together that he'll cheat again. I really don't know what to do right now. Of course, I've talked to God and asked for clarity on what I should do, but there's no answer. I just pray that God molds him, not for me, but for himself. I don't know if I should just cut Marcus off cold turkey or still entertain a friendship, but with either one, it'll be hard because this is someone that I want in my life. However, I can't just be his friend. I would really like your insight on this situation. I'm going to start. Rosie, whose name I made up. I just want you to know that he has told you plainly what you should do. He has said, I don't want to be in a relationship with you because it's likely I'm going to cheat on you again and that I have some growing up to do. And I really want you to hear those words because sometimes we hear words like that through the filter of our hopes and dreams. I want you to remove that filter for a little bit, and I want you to hear it as truth. He doesn't want to be in a relationship with you. He doesn't feel like he can be in a relationship and live within the expectations that you have for him. And you should really let that marinate deep down in your spirit. I can understand perhaps being frustrated, but God doesn't necessarily need to tell you what to do here because you really don't have any other options. Well, you just have two, really. And that is to try and make someone who doesn't want to be with you and hang out and stick around until he decides he wants to be with you and perhaps cheats on you over and over again. Or to pick up the pieces of your probably shattered heart and try to move to a place of healing, perhaps honestly and truly with better help, where you begin to ask yourself, why am I willing to hang on to someone who has explicitly told me that they have no desire to be with me, that they are going to cheat on me? We talked a lot about his dad not being in his life, but I'm curious as to what holes may exist in your childhood that would make you settle for this type of love that is ultimately not what God would have for you. Sometimes we ask God for answers to things that are already written out, and then we're upset because he hasn't spoken over us in this loud voice. But really, the options are pretty clear here. It's time for you to move on, and that's going to be hard. But it's time for you to cold turkey leave Marcus alone so that you can begin to find your own heart again.
Yeah, you might want to just thank God that this man has left you. Okay, now I know that you are sad and stuff, and heartbreak is horrible. It's a horrible thing, but you ought to thank God that you didn't marry this fool and he didn't cheat on you while you was married to him. You have found peace. You just need to look a little deeper, okay? You're trying to find peace in him and he's in pieces, okay? So you need to look a little deeper within thine own self, okay? Because you're sitting here trying to force thyself onto somebody who doesn't want you. Like Sarah said, it's not cute and it's not necessary. Okay, let this baby Marcus go on about his business. Okay, let him live his best life, and you begin to praise God that you dodged a Marcus bullet in this season. Okay, we've got to stop letting men take the power from us and make us feel discounted and demeaned and not worthy and not valued. Like, that is for the birds. Like, let this man go. You don't think you can be faithful to me? Boy, bye. Somebody will be faithful to me. Somebody will love me. Somebody will value me. Somebody will care for me. And if it is not you, then that's your loss. I'm going to live on. Don't be over there about to go into depression and things and needing therapy because you got your heart broke. Bless the Lord, okay, that you have not gotten married to this dummy, okay, and that the Lord apparently, if the shoe fits, that is the shoe that I have to give, okay. Now listen, don't you let this boy have you over there depressed and under your bed and not wanting to get up. Don't do that, okay? He is not worth it. And something I tell you, my daddy told me when I was trying to cry over some boy, he said, don't you cry over nobody that ain't crying over you, okay? And he's not crying over you. He is quite fine without you. So you should be fine without him as well.
It's okay to get therapy to get over this heartbreak if you need it. Like I said, I think it's important for you to take some time to really understand why you're willing to settle for this type of thing.
Yes, that is true. You probably do need to get therapy for that, but not for him. You do need to get therapy for why you keep drawing in the foolish. So yeah, that's true. Get you some better help so that you can get some better help, huh?
Get some better what?
She should get some better help so she can get some better help.
Oh, right.
Right.
There is something that Cora said that I do want to piggyback on. She mentioned a few times that like there is someone that's going to love you. There is someone who's going to be faithful to you. And I totally agree with all of that. And that someone is you. I want you to know that it is our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, but it is also yourself. And sometimes we leave one relationship thinking like somebody gonna understand what this is. Somebody gonna have all of this and they're gonna treat it right. That somebody needs to be you. It doesn't need to be another person, another individual. And when you become that someone, you can better qualify who someone is who can join you in taking care of yourself and maintaining the standard that you set for yourself. So I don't want you to leave this thinking that some man is gonna end up coming along and he's gonna see what this is. Girl, we're not waiting on a man to do it. We wait on you to do it so that you can qualify the kind of man who can do it and do it well, in the words of LL Cool J. Amen.
Facts. See, there you are. You was over there being cute with it, and I was waiting for you to show up to the question. So thank you for showing up to the question.
Okay. All right, so the Empress Lifestyle says, yes, that somebody is you. Drew Robinson says she goes her help. Natasha said, oh, she's talking about the body percentage. Tanisha says, cue the organ. Takia says, core your face, though. Brianna says, it needs to be you. It really, really does.
Yes. Oh, Satan, the Lord rebuke you.
It ain't about someone. It's about you coming to a place where you understand your worth and your value. Okay? All right. So next question. Hey, Sarah, I was listening to your podcast and you mentioned a devotional you wrote. And I was wondering, can you tell me the name, please? That devotional is Colliding with Destiny. It's one of my favorite books. And I hope you enjoy it. And my other advice question is not here. Maybe we'll take one from the delegation for the 100th episode. Make it fast.
Oh, yes.
Nancy says, does this apply to me too? I'm married. Nancy, I highly suggest that you take some time to go to therapy yourself. If you're married to someone who's telling you that I'm going to cheat on you, I'm not ready to be in a marriage, then you certainly need to determine what your options are for yourself. But once again, I think the healthiest thing for you to do is to make sure that you undergo some counseling, therapy, and evaluation, because making the decision to separate or even divorce can be traumatic regardless of how much support, biblical or not, you have in making the decision. You want to be able to understand, how did I end up in this situation? You know, what is the damage as a result of me being in this relationship, and what does rebuilding and starting a new life look like for me? But this definitely happens in marriage all of the time, where you end up married to someone who's not able to be faithful to you, kind of says, this is what I have to offer, and you do have to bust a move in order for you to maintain your emotional and mental health. But I do think that starting with that foundation of therapy and rebuilding your life, obviously you want to have a word from God. You want to make sure that you feel like you are aligned with becoming who He has in mind with you, even if that means separate from that individual. But I do suggest therapy as well.
And if I could just jump on that, Sissy, I would suggest you all getting back into the center of what brought you together. Oftentimes we get married under God, but we don't keep them in the marriage. And so maybe some devotionals, getting together and praying together more, having those hard conversations where you're able to communicate with one another. There's a really great devotional on YouVersion. It's called One by Jimmy Evans, and it's a 52-day devotional. But I think it's important to pray, to communicate effectively, and let each other know like where you're hurting, where you feel undervalued, where you feel overlooked, and then consider that there are some areas that he may feel undervalued or overlooked, and be open to receiving his feedback on why he is feeling the way he's feeling in the relationship as well.
I think that's for Core's obviously staying married. I've been through a divorce. I had a divorce, so my perspective comes from that of someone who had to make the decision to make a shift and a pivot. But Cora also had some incredible experience that could be helpful in helping you to mend what has been broken in your relationship. There's a question here. It says, how to deal with being at odds and on non-speaking terms with sister, how to mend what has been broken when communication is challenged at this time. I think that you can come to a place where you experience your relationship, whether it's with your sister or your parent or whatever, from their experience, to completely abandon your experience and to be them for a minute, to be the younger sister, to be a mom who is picking up the pieces after losing a parent, whatever their life journey has been, and then to experience your relationship from their perspective. How did they end up doing whatever it is that hurt you? To really, I mean, honestly, it's kind of the point of Rescue Eve, is to take a minute to abandon our position, to look at someone else's perspective. And sometimes through that, we can understand how our well-intentioned actions ended up hurting someone or being misinterpreted incorrectly because we didn't see it through the lenses of their experience. I would start there, because sometimes it's not as easy as let's sit down and figure out what happened. Sometimes God can show you, the Holy Spirit can show you like, oh, this is how this ended up falling apart. And through that, you're able to be a more empathetic and compassionate person when it's time for you to ultimately have a conversation. I have found that when you have disputes in relationships, that whenever you're able to take ownership without placing blame, that it's easier to create a space of that relationship to be transformed. So when it comes down to like, you know, I took a minute and thought about how what I said affected you, and I could see how that could be hurtful given that you had gone through X, Y, and Z. And I just want to apologize for the role that I played in it, because it is not a reflection of my heart, and it's not a reflection of what I hope our relationship could be. When you're ready and the time is right, I'd love to know what I can do on my end to show up better for you. Now, that's a lot that people don't like to do. And I know for Corey, it probably felt like I went to my feelings box, but what do you think?
No, I agree. I agree that it's important for you to be able to hold up the accountability in things. And I think that it's also important to accept people's capacity. It's very possible that you all's relationship broke because you were expecting a different capacity from her than she was able to give, and vice versa. And so it's important for you to be able to accept people's capacity. And once you have accepted people's capacity, then you can adjust yourself accordingly to that demand, or adjust yourself accordingly to how you should move forward in the relationship, given that understanding. Everybody's not going to be able to fulfill your capacity, but does that mean that they are not worthy of having a relationship with you? And so I think that if you can accept people's capacity, communicate about that capacity, and be able to take the role that you play and the accountability that you play in the uprooting of the relationship, then it will work for both sides. But we've got to learn how to start accepting people for what they're showing us.
Yeah, and when Lorley asks, but what if the behavior keeps on repeating itself? Is it ever okay to just cut off a sibling, bringing you more grief than strangers? Absolutely. I think accepting people for where they are means coming to a place where you say, I am going to accept that that is all you are capable of offering when it comes to a relationship, and I am going to adjust my life accordingly so that your poison isn't making my life intoxicated. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, I don't want you to continue to infect my life just because you don't know how to navigate your own pain, trauma, no matter how legitimate it is and maybe deserving it is for you to be in whatever state you're in. I'm on a path of healing and growth, and I'm not able to subject myself to where you are right now. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So if that means we can only be friends on Facebook, or we can't be friends on Facebook, or we can only do right when we're in front of mama, like whatever that looks like, I think it's totally fine to adjust your life. Maybe it's like mama to call me when they're gone and then I'll come through. You got to be willing to protect your mental health at any cost.
Absolutely. Your peace is non-negotiable.
Okay. You know what gives me peace though is PayPal. I love PayPal because when I get ready to check out somewhere, I don't have to enter in my billing address. I don't have to put in the credit card information. I love when retailers have checkout with PayPal listed down at the bottom. What I love even more though is how easy I can send money to my friends and family on PayPal. First of it was just for merchant services, but now it is the plug for me to be able to send money to my family, especially during this pandemic when we haven't been able to get out the way that we used to. I can send gift deliveries, I could split a takeout order with a friend, or I can help someone or a cause out financially. PayPal is creating community. Through this time, we're able to donate to causes, uplift a neighbor in need, or buy from a local business. Our normal has changed, and we're all finding new ways to connect and continue supporting one another. And PayPal is a part of making that very easy. With the PayPal app, sending and receiving money is faster or easy than it has ever been. Stay connected with people you love, quickly and securely send money to friends and family just about anywhere in the world. PayPal is making it so safe, so quick, so easy. I want you to download the PayPal app today. Terms and conditions may apply. Go in there, check it out, and see how easy it is to use.
Again, sis, just right on and just right
Megan
on
said
in
this
there.
is PayPal's third week. First of all, Megan, I appreciate you. First of all, I appreciate you.
Okay.
And I appreciate y'all for downloading PayPal. This is their third week.
It doesn't have anything to do with the conversation.
Well, y'all, but when I transition, you're mad. When it don't have nothing to do with the conversation, you're mad. What you want me to do?
Well, I enjoy your transitions. They don't make me mad at all. They make me very tickled. Very, very tickled on the inside. Okay. So
listen, it's snack time in the sanctuary, and it is our 100th episode of the Woman Evolve podcast. I have a little something to say. I know Core constantly has a word, okay? So I'm going to shoot my shot at my word, and then I'm going to give it to Core. This is what I'm going to say. For 100 episodes, the Woman Evolve podcast has been out here doing the things that we do. We've been encouraging one another. We've been connecting with one another. I really feel like we've literally grown and evolved. I've heard so much about your promotions and your babies and your marriages and your breakups and going back to school and all of the incredible things that make us sisters as we grow together and evolve together. I feel like more recently I've come to a place where I've been more intentional about once again understanding what Woman Evolve is and the sisterhood and community that we've been able to connect to create. And one of the things I'm really excited about as I look ahead is that I still have so much innovation and so much creativity and a direction that I really feel like we're moving towards. And so over the next few weeks, I look forward to sharing with you all some intentional thoughts about how we can continue to really move with intentionality as it relates to the Woman Evolve podcast. This is technically my 10th episode, which means I should be going on a break. I do 10 weeks on and 10 weeks off, but I'm going to continue to do the podcast for the next few weeks because I really feel like there's some things that I want to learn from you all. There's some things that I want to try out. And one of those things are like creating a theme for each month. Next month is domestic violence awareness and breast cancer awareness. If you've been affected by domestic violence or breast cancer, I want to hear your story. I want to connect with you. You guys send us an email at info@womanevolve.com or production@womanevolve.com, whichever email you prefer to use. And we can really talk about ways that we can continue to inspire one another when it comes to this particular issue. But there are other issues that I think are really important. And I'm excited to tell you guys about what we've been doing as an organization. So here is my snack, right? My snack is that even in the midst of the pandemic, even in the midst of feeling stalled sometimes and restricted a lot of the times, that God is still breathing, God is still creating, and God is still giving new life to old ideas. Okay. Sometimes you have an old idea, and when an old idea becomes an old idea, you start to question it, you start to feel like it's stale, you start to wonder if it still has any value. And what I am learning, I think, especially over the last couple of weeks, is that God is giving new life, fresh creativity to old ideas. And so I want to challenge you guys over the next couple of weeks to join me on this journey of really allowing God to breathe on some of those old ideas, some of those books, some of those dreams, some of those podcast ideas that you've been having, and to allow that new life to really begin to move you in a direction of intentionality and purpose so that we can continue to be a light in a crazy, crazy world. For a lot of people, this podcast is kind of different, right? It's not exactly just a sermon for a long time. We really have connection and girl time, and we talk about what's happening in the world, and that can be kind of challenging. But in the landscape of podcasting, I really feel like we've been able to create a light that is meaningful for people who are on a journey of becoming better. I don't know where your light has been designated to shine, but what I do know for sure is that it is not just something that can be buried and tucked away. It is something that we need now more than ever. When we hear people saying over and over again, we need leadership, we need leadership, we need leadership, instead of waiting for someone to arise, I feel like now more than ever, we're supposed to take our position and become the leadership that we've been longing for. So yes, we're dissolving in some fronts, but we're also evolving on other fronts. And I want to be a part of evolving with you for a very, very, very long time. All right, Koki, what's your snack? And I know you're going to pray for us.
Well, the Bible says, "Be not weary in well doing, for in due season you shall reap if you faint not." And so I would just tell you today that you may be in a situation where weary is an easy option, but I would challenge you not to be weary. I would challenge you to walk. I would challenge you to walk by faith, to walk by what you believe God can do and not by what is going on around you. It is very easy to measure God's ability based off of your situation. But I challenge you to not change the ability of God just because you're in a tumultuous situation. As a matter of fact, I would remind you that it is in your weakest moments that God is made strong. It is in the moments where you decide to walk anyway and not be weary that you reap. And so I declare over you what I've been declaring over my crew boos, that you are creating an environment for miracles to happen, that God desires to make a miracle happen in your life, that He wants to make a miracle happen in your life. So don't be weary. I know it's easier said than done, but it's doable for you to not be weary, but walk. walk by faith. The season is come, and you'll reap if you faint not.
Come on, man.
Then we pray. I think I should start and you should close us out. It's the only right way to do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Father God, I thank you for who you are. I thank you for my sister. I thank you for her vision. I thank you for her goal and the favor that you have placed on her life. I thank you for every sheep that sits at her table. And I thank you, God, that she has been committed to serve them and she has served them well. I thank you, God, that you will protect her. You'll continue to prosper her. You'll continue to push her. And because those who are attached to her love her so, that they will evolve as well. She's never walked a journey and not grabbed someone's hand. So I thank you, God, for allowing her message to continue to be a ministry, for allowing me to be a part of that message. And I pray, God, that you continue to exceed her expectations, God. Day by day, I pray that the things that she wants to dissolve will be dissolved and the things that she wants to evolve will be evolved. God, I thank you for every person under the sound of my voice that came in here for a little laughter, something to lift them up, something to strengthen them, something just to be. And God, I thank you that they had an opportunity to be. Last but not least, God, I ask that you would accelerate their season of reaping, accelerate their season of favor, accelerate their season of victory. We declare your healing, we declare your power, we call you Jesus because that's the power that makes it so. For it is so, and so it is.
Thank you, God, for this sisterhood. Thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for allowing us to grow, to be planted like trees, Father, by living water. Thank you for allowing us to bring up fruit. Father, it is my prayer that you would touch the dream, the passion, the purpose of every woman and guy listening right now. They may not know what their purpose is, or maybe they feel like their passion is running out for what used to be their purpose. But just as you told me that you're breathing new life, I trust and believe, Father, that you're bringing new life to exactly where they are. Give them strength, give them power, give them focus, and let us continue to establish your kingdom wherever you send us. In Jesus' name, amen. Love y'all.
Amen. Love y'all.